Hey, what's going on? My name is Maria Lloyd. I'm author of Words Are Wealth and owner of a marketing firm named Opens Clicks Cash. And today I just want to talk you through your first email, okay? Because I understand, of course, I'm a copywriter. I've been a copywriter since 2004, and I've specialized specifically in email marketing since 2012. But for most people that are watching this video, you aren't an email marketer, you're not a copywriter. And so you're like, okay, what the heck do I do? How do I even get started? All of that. So I'm going to walk you through the process, and I am going to refer to my own checklist so that way I don't leave anything out. So first and foremost, let's start with the subject line, okay? The subject line of your email is very similar to a book title. And I want you to think about this. I always ask this question whenever I'm doing speaking engagements. So if you're looking for a recipe book with Southern recipes, right? Which one are you more inclined to read? And I want you to tell me in the comments. Are you inclined to read the book titled Southern Recipes? Or are you inclined to read the book titled Toe Tapping, Knee Slapping Southern Recipes? And listen, there is no right or wrong answer to this question, right? Because it really is contingent upon your audience, who you're talking to. There have been many times when I've asked this question in front of an audience, and some of the people would say, honestly, I like the first title because I'm more of a direct person, and I would feel like the second book title is a bit of a gimmick. And then most people in the room will say, I really love the second title. That makes me feel like it just gives me a visual and it helps me see like, okay, these are some really good Southern recipes, right? So again, let me know your answer in the comments and why you chose that. But I'm bringing it up to say this, your subject line is like a book title. So you want to make sure that it's captivating. You want to make sure that you're able to capture your contact's attention when you land in their inbox. So one of the ways that you can do that is to ensure that your subject line is 10 words or less, okay? You don't want to try to stuff a whole paragraph into the subject line. I mean, think about it. When somebody's looking at the subject line in their email from their phone, they're only going to see like 4 or 5 words anyway. So the shorter, the better, but also making sure that you don't lose what you're wanting to convey in that message. So that's the first thing. The next thing is the creative use of merge fields. If you're not familiar with the merge field, I want you to Google that first of all, but I'll just give you a super quick definition of a merge field. It's basically a placeholder for data, right? So have you ever noticed like a major company like Amazon, for example, will send you recommendations and it'll have your name in the subject line, book recommendations for Maria Lloyd. Well, that doesn't mean that there's some, nerd stuck in an attic somewhere that is specifically watching me and like literally wrote that email just for me. No, they were able to do that because of merge fields. So I want to encourage you to also use merge fields in your subject line where it makes sense, and more specifically to call someone by their name. Okay. We are just intrinsically attracted to seeing our names, hearing our names. So why not start with something as simple as inputting a merge field for the first name in the subject line? Is really a great way to get some attention. The next thing is to look in your own inbox. It's always very shocking to me when people are like, oh, I don't know where to find, the subject line. And like, I don't know how to come up with a good subject line. Well, look in your own inbox, see what worked there. Surely there was an email that you opened recently, whether it was from a company or from a friend or family member that really caught your attention, right? So make sure you go in your own inbox and see what's in there, because there's some good stuff. And I'll be honest with you, even me as a professional in this industry and someone who's been in this industry for quite some time, I will find incredible subject lines in my inbox. And guess what? I will repurpose them. Okay. So there's no need for you to reinvent the wheel. There are other companies out there that are earning, multiple 8, 9 figures, and they've got tons of research and development to figure out what's working and what's not working. So if it worked on you when you got that email from them, why don't you give it a try for your own business? And then last but not least, if it's applicable, making sure that you reference any upcoming deadlines. So if you have like a sale that's occurring and it's going to expire in 24 hours, it's definitely something you want to put in the subject line, right? You don't want them to have to open the email, read the copy, and then see at the very bottom, oh, I only have 24 hours to take advantage of the sale. So make sure that you put that in the subject line so that people can know immediately. Okay. So I'm just going to do a super quick recap on the subject line. So the first thing is to make sure that it's short and sweet, no more than 10 words. The next thing is to make sure that you're using merge fields such as first name so that you can call your contact out directly. The next thing is to make sure that you have also looked in your own inbox to see if there's some good stuff in there, and maybe you can just repurpose it And then last but not least is to make sure that if it is a time-sensitive offer, you are letting people know in the subject line how much time they have left to take advantage of that. Now, make sure you watch the second video where I go into the pre-header, okay? See you in the next one.